Iran has now issued a new warning to the United States, and it has said that they have only used old missiles till now and will soon fire weapons of unimaginable scale. Geeta is here with us. She has returned from Tehran just few hours ago, had spent 3 to 4 days in Iran, even when the negotiations were going on. Geeta, fresh round of warning coming in from Iran, even as it bombs US bases in multiple parts of Middle East. It has now said that it has only used old missiles, and the fire weapons, the new weapons it has, is of unimaginable scale. How should this be read?
Well, this is exactly what they said last time around, and they said they've learned a lot from the 12-day war, that what they're exhausting are old weapons and missiles. Maria, Iran is one of the few countries that has hypersonic missiles, and they've not used those missiles so far. So yes, the threat is not just words, it's a real threat. Should Iran start using its hypersonic missiles, and should they also know the capability of the Iron Dome in terms of how many missiles can they send in one go for the Iron Dome to be breached. So apart from the fact that US bases in and around Middle East, what we also call West Asia, just apart from the fact that they will be coming under attack, that there is going to be a plan to breach the Iron Dome in Israel, and that's a serious threat. So what are we looking at? We're looking at intensification and escalation in the next 24 hours, and after that both sides will have to step back a little and see whether if this escalation can continue and sustain, and for how long is that going to be, because Iran is not known to be a country that gives in or gives up. What is going to happen is to see whether if Iran can sustain. The clarity with which IRGC told us that Russia and China, we do not need them to defend our country, we can do it ourselves, is very clear that they want them to be to steer clear, not because they don't want that help, they do not want them entangled in this war that could cost Russia dearly. But suffice to say that there is a lot of support that comes from Russia and China when it comes to weapons, intelligence, data, satellite images, and help on that front. So there's a lot that is going to come from these two countries, and therefore the threat of new missiles is a real one. It's not just this, the first
it's
time.
Not an empty word. It's a real threat. And in fact, this has come in from Sardar Ibrahim Jabari, who is an Iranian military officer, specifically a general in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, so IRGC. He's a military officer in that. He emerged prominently in the news during this ongoing strike, and he has now said that the fresh stockpile is something that the world is not aware of. And here is a strong threat, and I would say, Geeta, which is coming from Sardar Jabari. He has gone on to say that Trump should know that today we fired the old stockpile missiles. Soon we will unveil weapons you have never seen before. And news that is coming in now is from the Iranian state media. It is reporting that explosion is now being heard in Iran's southeastern port city of Chabahar. The Chabahar port city is a strategically important asset of Iran. Now explosions being heard from this Chabahar. A word on that, Geeta.
Well, not just for Iran, Maria. Chabahar is Indian project. It is Indian investment. The port is a major investment of India, and that has come under attack. Chabahar port was going to be a lifeline for India to get into Iran and then reach Afghanistan and the whole of Central Asia. I asked him about the Chabahar port as well, and the fact that in this union budget, this year's union budget,
yes,
the Chabahar project was kept out, which means the Indian government had done its assessment on whether they should remain in Chabahar or not. The fact that there was going to be no carve out or waiver from America on Chabahar this time around is probably the reason why the Indian authorities did not deem fit to continue the investment. The agencies and companies that were involved in Chabahar have operations worldwide, and they knew that if they continue with Chabahar, then they will come under sanctions in other parts of the world as well, and they lose a lot of business. So a critical port infrastructure, very, very important to India and for India today, has taken a major hit, it seems. Those are reports that are coming in. Explosions have been heard. We do not know the real extent of damage at this point in time. That's one explosion that has been heard and is being reported. Israelis are striking strategic centers and facilities of Iran, and the Iranian regime has threatened with severe retaliation, not with the old stockpile, but now they're also going to use their new missiles. Iran being, Maria, one of the few countries that actually has hypersonic missiles. So we'll have to wait and see how this really escalates. But for now, what we're looking at, and with the kind of strikes that we are seeing, it is escalation.
Yes.
We do know that there were reports of things becoming serious in Haifa, which is again a massive port area for Israel, and has a huge Adani investment, an Indian investment there. And Chabahar, again, Iran with another Indian investment. So it seems like Indian investments, whether it's Israel or Iran, are coming under attack.
Yes, so threats of advanced, unseen weaponry, it's coming in from the military establishment of Iran.